I'm sure you've heard about the famous doner kebab and Turkish delight. It is no secret that delicious Turkish cuisine is eaten far beyond the country's borders. But there is also a darker side to Turkish food culture, a part that many tourists never knew existed. Lamb intestine. And if they did, they would probably avoid it at all cost. Friends, our adventure today takes place in Istanbul, and our goal is pretty simple. We want to try the weird and most unusual foods that Europe's biggest city has to offer. From wet hamburgers to parts of animals that we did not know were even good for eating. Oh, and I just have to say that Liisu gave me her consent not to tell her what we are gonna try before we actually taste it, because otherwise she would probably not try half of the foods that we're gonna taste today.
I have slight trust issues.
Our journey today starts in the center of Istanbul, just off Taksim Square. And our goal is simple: to find a place that serves dilli kaşarlı tost. Both me and Liisu have had grilled cheese sandwich before, but never have we ever thought to add some cow tongue to the sandwich. Well, Turkish people have. It's actually quite common food in fast food places. Oh, good. But how does grilled cheese sandwich with cow tongue taste?
It's very good. It's not weird at all.
Cow tongue has like a really mild and like level taste. So I would even add more spices to that sandwich. But other than this, it's crunchy, the cheese is grilled well, it tastes good, but I would like a little more taste. Let's take it to the next level now, shall we, Liisu? For the second item on our list, we had to travel quite far to more of a local neighborhood of the city. Because yumurtası is definitely not offered in touristic places. Many nations who have historically been nomads have learned how to consume the whole animal. And this is definitely a good example of this. Merhaba abi.
One portion, yes.
Evet.
One portion.
Güzel. Koç yumurtası. Evet. Çok güzel. The place we finally found had exactly one portion of it left.
Well, the build-up has been high.
But honestly, it was way more than enough for us to try it. And now that Liisu is over there filming beautiful B-roll for the video, I can tell you that koç yumurtası are ram's balls. You want to give it a taste and describe to me how it tastes, what it's like?
I thought it was chicken.
I just hope Liisu will once again trust me after this food experience.
Similar to liver. It's very tender, but it is, please tell me.
It's ram's balls.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really has like irony taste, like liver, but it's way more tender. Although liver is really tender, this is like, it's soft. To be honest, it was much better than I expected. But would I eat it again? Probably not. And it's not because of the taste, more a psychological barrier, I must say. Are you still willing to try other things I've picked out? Our third unusual food pretty much found us by itself. We were walking on Istanbul's famous Galata Bridge and saw hundreds of fishermen trying to catch fish right next to numerous restaurants. It has to be a fun sight sitting in this restaurant and seeing like fishes coming out of the water. When we were thinking, where does the fresh fish actually go? We saw this little place with a long line of locals waiting for their share. The fish is cleaned and cooked almost as a whole. The bones are taken off while the fish is on the grill, and then it is wrapped up with some salad. Our first fish wrap.
Very well seasoned. Fish is cooked.
Like Liisu said, it's super well seasoned, even the outside. Judging by how the place that serves it looks like, the wrap was really surprisingly good. By the way, friends, what's the favorite Turkish food that you have and that we would definitely have to try on our travels? And I don't mean the weird ones. I would really like to taste the most delicious foods in this country. As a fourth thing, I would like to continue on a topic of seafood and introduce you to something called midye dolma. Stuffed mussels are probably not as extreme than many other things on the list. But as it is such a unique and clever food, I believe it deserves a place on the list. The mussels made like this are just such a fun dish to eat. No packaging, no waste. And Istanbul is full of places that sell them.
Like mussels and rice and a little bit of spice.
Like a seafood risotto.
Mussels, rice, little bit of spice. Mussels, rice, little bit of spice.
As the fifth item on our list, we wanted to try one of Istanbul's classics. Islak hamburger, or wet burger. That dish could be called a real fast food. It's available 24/7, and many kiosks on the street have a foggy glass box filled with the burgers. The buns themselves are steamed, and this cooking process makes them wet and soggy. For locals, it's definitely more of an emergency bite to eat than a fulfilling dinner. A hint of garlic, tomato sauce, buns and meat.
It feels like this hamburger has fallen into a lake. And then somebody put it back inside a package, and now it's sold.
It's so soggy, it's literally wet, and the tomato sauce is absolutely everywhere. On top of it, on the sides, it's a mess. In my personal opinion, I just prefer my burgers grilled. From the look on our cat friend's face, it's probably not the high quality meat. Just like the fish wrap, the sixth thing on our list pretty much found us by itself. We saw a place on the street that looked like grandma's basement before the winter, with all the marinated and pickled veggies. It was surprising for us to see that people were eating in there. And well, we figured we also want to give it a go. We filled our glass with a variety of tastes. Pretty much every vegetable you can imagine pickled. Red beet, cucumbers,
Tastes like a regular pickle.
peppers.
Here come the tea.
I'm sure they would taste amazing together with a lentil soup, the way locals eat them. But pickled vegetables all by themselves, it just wasn't one of my favorite snacks.
This is where you come when you don't have a grandma.
The last strange thing we wanted to try could definitely be called a Turkish classic. Another surprise for you, Liisu. Next up, we got Cockroach. Once again, I could not tell what this dish was actually made of, and I had to use more poetic words to describe it.
Joe said it was sweet bread. I'm not buying it.
It's a little bit crazy that a meal made out of lamb's inner organs is so popular. There are whole food chains who only focus on making cockroach.
Zero idea what this is. It's some kind of a meat outside. But I think there's something fatty inside.
So the stringy stuff outside, that's lamb intestine. And the stuff inside is lamb's internal organs.
I have slight trust issues.
It's a bit weird to say it, but I really enjoy eating it. The taste is lovely. While eating it, I just try not to think what it is made of. But honestly, I do the same thing while I'm eating chicken nuggets. Well, these were the weirdest foods we were able to find in Istanbul. It was honestly a pleasure sharing those unusual tastes with you. And as you saw, Turkish food culture is definitely so much more than just kebabs. Already on this Sunday, we will continue our journey in Turkey with the last video from Istanbul. And in that one, we will try to figure out if the rumors about Europe's biggest city and the country itself are true. So we will put our own skin on a line and we will do all the things that the internet says we should not do in Turkey. For this video, I promised myself that I'm not gonna bargain. I already got a feeling that I'm never gonna financially recover from this. And if you wanna know more about Turkish food and culture, make sure to check out that playlist in here. And we will see you next time. Bye.